Hey YouTube, I'm Steve Post from Motor Racing Network. We have some really neat items this week on our program here, and we're going to start right here in the center with some helmets. First off, we have a helmet, a Greg Biffle 3M Ford helmet, and a Dale Earnhardt Jr. helmet. Now, really want to show you this. These are absolutely beautiful collector's items, something that will look great on the mantle or on the desk or wherever you need to put it. And look at the back of this one for Dale Earnhardt Jr. A lot of design, a real nice decorative helmet for Dale Earnhardt Jr. So we have these, and I need to give you a heads up. We're going to get some other drivers coming in as well, so you need to keep it tuned in here, and we'll share those with you as they come in. But really neat items we have here with these helmets that we now have available. Now, on the diecast front, we've got a couple of the copper cars in, and we'll start down here in the end with Carl Edwards UPS Ford. You know, UPS has been around forever and ever. Spent some time on Carl Edwards' car this week or this season, and so Carl Edwards UPS Ford is available now in the copper finish. And well, we've got UPS, one of the delivery companies. We've got FedEx as well, available in copper with Denny Hamlin. So both of these cars available, and on all of these copper cars, very limited quantities. So if you're into the copper collecting cars, well, we need to make sure you get those because the quantities are very, very small. Over on the other side, we've got Ricky Stenhouse Jr., the Zest Ford from Roush Fenway Racing, available in the copper finish, and Matt Kenseth with the Dollar General Toyota, available in copper finish as well. So really neat cars we have here with copper finish, and really neat helmets that we have here as well this week. And all of these items are available at your local diecast dealer or at planbsales.com. Now stick around. We have the post show coming up next. It's time now for the post show here on YouTube, and first off, we're running a contest on our Twitter account, Plan B Sales, at Plan B Sales. So make sure you play along with that. Each week we pick the winner, and this past week, Edna Young picked the winner, Jeff Gordon, up at Martinsville, and she wins a $50 credit in her Plan B account. So more prizes, more money on the line throughout the balance of the season. Make sure you follow along on our Twitter account. Now, to the questions that we have, and these questions are from the YouTube page. Right down below here, below the screen, we have your questions, and I'm assuming that this is a Dale Earnhardt Jr. fan because the name is Budweiser 8 Amp 88. Yeah, I'm a genius with these things. So I'm assuming it's a Junior fan, and the question is, Steve, how were you introduced to NASCAR, and what was the first race you went to? Well, I used to go to short track races with my father since I can remember. I remember a race when I was actually 4 years old at the local dirt track. I'm from Pennsylvania, so my first NASCAR race was sometime in the mid-'80s at Pocono, and we just went down there on a Sunday afternoon and watched the race. And then as I got more involved with short track racing in northeastern Pennsylvania and upstate New York, started writing for a newspaper up there and started covering the races at Pocono, at Watkins Glen, at Dover, some of the races at Richmond, and as they say, the rest of it was history. But my first NASCAR race was a Winston Cup race at the time at Pocono Raceway up in Pennsylvania. Next question is from Michael Ozas, and the question is, do you think NASCAR will ever race outside of the USA, like in the 90s in Australia and Japan? And Michael, I don't know if we're going across an ocean for some time with NASCAR. I just don't know. The logistics of it is very, very challenging, and we've got so many NASCAR fans here in America and North America that I'm not sure we're going to see much of that across the big ponds along the way. I do think there's a chance we go to Canada. We went to Montreal with a nationwide series for a few years, standing room only crowds. This past year, we went to Mosport near Toronto with the Truck Series, standing room only crowd. Probably the biggest crowd the Truck Series had this year. So if we do move outside of America, I would see us with the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, that is, I would see us maybe look to Canada and see what we have up there. And again, the Camping World Truck Series is going to be up in Toronto this next year as well. That's already been announced on their schedule. So I think that's where we're at as far as international races go. We've got enough right here in America and North America to keep us all busy, so I'm not sure we're going to see expansion like we saw those test races in Japan and Australia back in the mid-90s. We love your questions here on our YouTube page, so make sure you sign in, make sure you participate along, and a reminder, get on that Twitter account and make sure you pick the winner of this weekend's race and the rest of the races this year, because we're giving away cash, credits in your Plan B Sales account for those winning picks. We love that you guys are getting involved with us here on YouTube. We have the comments below. Feel free to mention your comments here. Follow us on Twitter at Plan B Sales, and we'll keep you informed on what we have And please get some back and forth conversation going, because we love talking racing and love talking with you race fans out there, and we appreciate the business you do give us.